There's news of apathy from UP now. He lost his wife and his unborn child, but apathy towards him really doesn't end there. A man was forced to pull his wife's body home on a stretcher after he was denied an ambulance by Kaushambi District Hospital. His pleas for a vehicle only fell on deaf ears. Instead, the hospital staff asked him for a bribe of 8,000 rupees. Amir is getting us more details on that story. Amir, first up, give us a sense of what really happened in this entire case. We do understand that the person concerned was asked for a bribe of 8,000 rupees. And what sort of action really is being taken against the hospital?
Well, Sneha, let me first correct you here. He was asked for a bribe of only rupees 800 there. But obviously, coming into a government hospital, this is absolutely unthinkable that a poor person who went there for treatment of his pregnant wife, who could not finally survive and in fact died even before she could be provided any treatment at the district hospital in Kaushambi. After her death, to move her body towards the home, the staff there of the district hospital asked for a bribe of rupees 800. And because this poor man, Mahesh, could not afford to pay that much money to the hospital staff, he finally had to pull his wife's body as well as the unborn child's body on a stretcher towards his home. It was only later that outside the hospital he was spotted by some media persons who raised the matter. They took the matter to the chief medical superintendent, who later on was quite embarrassed with the way the entire hospital staff had handled the entire matter, and he later on provided the vehicle to carry that body from hospital towards this poor man's home. So absolutely shocking state of affairs as far as health and medical services in UP is concerned. And let me tell you, the earlier Samajwadi Party government under the chief ministership of Akhilesh Yadav drew a lot of flack because of this kind of a behavior of government hospital staff. But it seems that the entire paraphernalia and the government setup within the health ministry hasn't taken any lessons even after the new government has come to place. So although, Kaushambi happens to be a constituency of UP's Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya, this lackadaisical, attitude is seen by the hospital staff. So clearly very condemnable, and also shocking is the fact that no action so far has been taken against any of the hospital staff or the involved doctors therein by the chief medical superintendent therein or the chief medical officer of the district.
Okay, Amir, also, why did the hospital in the first place take away turn away the patient? Are you picking up anything from your sources within the hospital? Why turn away the patient in the first place?
Well, it's a sad story, because this guy, Mahesh, who actually took his wife, Malti, who was pregnant and was undergoing labor pains, he took her to a community health center closer to his home. But therein the doctors refused to, treat her because it seemed a very complicated case in their view. And therefore, they referred the lady to the district hospital. But since the district hospital was at a distance from the CHC, they needed a transport they needed a vehicle to transport the patient from CHC to the district hospital. But since the CHC had none, they had to waste some very precious time waiting for an ambulance to arrive in the CHC, and by the time the lady Malti was moved in that condition to the district hospital, she expired on the way. So clearly, as I said earlier, the indifference is writ large in all the aspects of how the treatment was done of this lady from the CHC to the district hospital. And even after she died, she expired there, the poor man, her husband, kept waiting for a vehicle, for a hearse vehicle or for an ambulance to arrive so that he could ferry the body back to his place. But the staff there, the doctors there refused to help him, and he finally had to pull the body on a stretcher. And it was when it was noticed by some media persons outside the hospital gate that the matter was reported to higher-ups within the hospital setup, and a vehicle was finally arranged.
Amir, thanks so much for getting us all of those details. Amir reporting on that shocker from the state of Uttar Pradesh.